Hey, is my mic on? All right, let's go. So I'm here with Blake Pagett. Blake has known me most of my adult and child life. We've done a lot of things together.
That all runs together.
My adult and child. I'm still a big child, and we've been in a lot of nonprofits together. What, out of all the things that we've done together, what has been your favorite one so far?
Oh man, we've done a lot together in these things, but I will have to say, I think it was nearly 4 years ago, you got me into Lions Club. That's been a huge one. Numerous other things, I think, as far as outlooks for the community and things that we've done for right here to help each other is, I think, Lions Club. It's been one of my absolute favorites.
Yeah, I mean, but we started in Scouts and church together.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's been a long time before I had a driver's license.
Yes.
So, I mean, we started doing Scouts, youth group, and then that progressed into Life and Liberty Outdoors. Mm-hmm. And we did that for a while. And
well,
then
you helped
some
even
Ducks Unlimited.
Ducks Unlimited, doing those there. This here, kind of briefly, part of the original Santa stuff, and then you've taken off, and now you're part of the Santa's Guild and doing those things. So,
yeah. But I have to agree, the Lions has definitely been the one that we've had the most outreach.
Oh yeah, because it's daily activity. Everything else in the past is doing so much for other people that's untangible to hear, and a lot of the things that we do here it's daily, and we're talking to each other daily and growing throughout the clubs and doing those things, and not just the Canyon Club, but your West Plains Club.
Yeah. So where do you see, I'm interested to see what your thoughts are on what's the future of Lions. What do you see as far as Canyon Lions and West Plains and like just our district as a whole?
Most importantly is growth through youth. A lot of people, they tend to look at Lions Club as an older community, that stuff, retirees, things like that. And although that is a large part of the community, it's one of the best parts of the community, but it's one of my absolute favorite things about becoming a member here is you learn so much from everybody. Yeah. And there's truly a lot of history to learn.
And a lot of knowledge in the room.
Yeah. But then also at the same time, it feels good to know that you're growing the ranks per se, being able to replenish. Unfortunately, we do have some loss, and we do have some things like that, and we've undergone some of that in the Canyon Club this year. And a lot of those people will be truly missed in that, but we need to make sure that we're continuing their legacy.
Yeah, I absolutely agree 100%. That's super important, but creating new things, new legacies are important as well. Do you see any new up-and-coming legacies coming through the club?
Absolutely. I mean, there's a tremendous amount of people in here. We've got people like yourself, Joel Rodriguez. We've got our previous two boss lions here in the Canyon Club. You look at the West Plains Club, there's a tremendous amount of youth. One of the things that have been so impressed about with the growth between the clubs is the outreach to the Leos and getting into that stuff.
Yeah.
And we talk about youth here, getting into that 30-year-old range in there, which is fantastic. But to reach into the high schools and let them see how important this is. And now, I mean, we've got collegiate members that are coming in here that started off as our queen or just a random thing through the high school, but their memberships are still strong and they're coming. And,
absolutely.
We've got Lacey White has recruited in her son and some of those kids. And although several of them are off to college, they're still maintaining to come in.
Well, and past Queen Hadley Cook, she's a tail twister now.
Yep. Very in touch with it. I think it's just a great opportunity past that it starts, I think, originally in their mind as another resume builder, right? Something else to go in to get you into that college, do that, which is a phenomenal availability for us. But once they get here and they involve themselves or inject themselves even to as much as one project, it really grows the availability and you start finding things to do.
Yeah.
And there are things that can feel like a chore, and then things that it's just truly a lot of fun to go and do, whether it's Fill with Hope or working at our playoff games and doing those types of things, being involved there. You might have a voluntold-ish type interjection to begin with, but usually when you're voluntold or somebody's really trying to push you into something, it's because they feel like you're going to be a really, really good fit with that community. And once you go to one or two things, it's no longer voluntold. It's like, hey, I'm going to go do this tonight.
Yeah,
this is
I
what
call
I'm
that
doing.
drinking the Kool-Aid.
Oh, yeah.
And usually you're kind of force-fed the Kool-Aid at first.
Yep.
Because people are really timid. I mean, a lot of people that come into the room are super timid about stepping out into the community and volunteering. But in Lions, we have such a huge volunteer base. They're like, hey, come with us. Mm-hmm. And then once you drink that Kool-Aid and you get involved, now it's just like, okay, I need more.
Yep.
And I need to do more. So speaking of service projects, Canyon has a lot of them.
Yes.
What is your favorite? Top number one? And I know that's a hard question, but
It
you
is.
volunteer a lot.
Yeah, it is very hard. They all have such fun community and those things. I would probably have to say my Fill with Hope is a great one. I probably should be more involved there than I have been, but it's the community that goes out and does that is always terrific. The golf tournament is another fantastic one to be involved with. I think probably my absolute favorite, I would have to say, though, is I really enjoy the playoff games.
I really figured you would say that. So
Getting
those of
into
y'all
those.
that don't know, Blake is actually the voice of the playoff games. He's up in the box. He's got the microphone.
I
if you're
apologize now.
at the stadium, you're hearing Blake's voice. So, which is awesome, man. I mean, that's a huge thing.
Yep.
To be able to serve in that way, because it puts yourself out there, even though we don't have to look at you.
Safe for everybody. But there's so many other things. Uncle Dan's Helping Hands,
Oh, yeah.
which is now integrated strongly into the Texas Rent Project. Those deals. Probably one thing that I would like to, for our club, or maybe to work in with another club, something that's been strong on me, is you may not have the availability or the type of skill set to get to Texas Lions Camp to be a camp leader or something as far as that goes, but we do have camp cleanup projects, camp development projects, and things like that. And being one of the few members now that has gone down and experienced the camp and seen different things with it and been to Kerrville, and knowing the things that they need down there and the extra time availability is definitely something that would be really interesting to see grow and push forward.
And there's easy ways to help with that. I know they have a golf tournament coming up, and
Yep.
you can sponsor that golf tournament. If you can't make it to play,
Yep.
you can still be a whole sponsor, and that is just money to them.
Yep.
So
And it is drastically needed. That camp is absolutely phenomenal, but it is extremely outdated. Here 2 years ago, coming up on 2 years ago, they just went underneath a growth project and developed some new cabins and things like that. But the actual dorm facilities and stuff are in desperate need of work, and there's a lot of need that we could use down there and doing that stuff for such a terrific thing.
yeah, well, perfect, man. Well, I appreciate your time. Thanks for sitting down with me. I know they're fixing to ring the bell for clubs, so we're gonna get off of here. That way, they can do the club things and keep doing great things in Lions, bro. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Blake.